Hello my friends, and welcome to the Curate's Study. Please come in and take a seat. Now it's a Wednesday and I have my trusty clipboard, so that can only mean it's Wondering Wednesday. So in previous Wednesdays we've looked at the difference between priest, me, rector, not me, vicar, also not me, assistant curate, that is me, within the Church of England. And having pretty much established that I'm at the bottom of the clerical ladder, we've then gone on to look at things like how we choose our readings and our hymns, for example, and where liturgy comes from. And even we've had a little bit of a chat about how I became a priest. So today, in response to a question from Michael from Cliff St Lawrence, Michael, you know who you are, I'm going to talk a little bit about how the churches work, how they cooperate together, how the sort of hierarchies work within the church and the system of governance. This will be several Wondering Wednesdays actually, because it's quite complicated. So, parishes are normally grouped together in mission communities or benefices. People are often a bit surprised when I tell them that I don't help look after just one church. In fact, I help look after 4 churches. And that is pretty much the norm now. Our mission community is actually quite small. Some mission communities can be 6, 8, 10 or even more churches working together in a sort of a collaborative group, say either called a mission community or perhaps a benefice. And these groups are normally overseen by a rector or a vicar, and sometimes with other priests assisting them. And sometimes having an assistant curate like me, so a sort of a training post where someone will come out of theological college or part-time training, as I did, and then do a 3-year curacy with that rector or that vicar spread across that mission community. Now our mission community is rural, and it comprises of Wimpole, Tallaghton, Clist Hyden and Cliff St Lawrence. And these groups of churches are then grouped together in what's called a deanery. So mission communities or benefices are grouped together in a slightly larger grouping, which is called a deanery. And there are 672 deaneries in the Church of England. It's a huge number, isn't it? And our deanery, the Churches for All mission, our mission community, the Churches for All mission community, is in what is known as the Ottery Deanery. So deanery clergy meet together periodically to pray, to talk about church business, business affecting our different parishes, and to sort of provide help and encouragement to each other, really. And each deanery in rural areas is presided over by a rural dean. And the title dean comes from a Latin word, decanus, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, my Latin isn't brilliant, which probably originated from dividing up tithes or parishes into tens many years ago. And the first mention of that, of a rural dean, comes from a law made by Edward the Confessor, so a very long time ago indeed, which refers to deans being appointed by a bishop. So as this suggests, deans are clergy themselves, they're priests, often serving within a group of parishes. And our current rural dean is the Reverend Mark Ward, who is a vicar in the parishes of Colleton Raleigh, Hertford, Newton Poppleford, Tipton St John and Ven Ottery in the Otter Vale mission community. And Mark has his own parishes and his own parish work to do, same as I do, but he also holds the role of rural dean, which gives him quite a lot more work to do, as you can imagine. So church law sets out the legal basis of the current role of rural deans, and so as well as Mark's own work, his job involves helping out the bishop in the care of his deanery, providing support and collaborative leadership for mission and ministry in the deanery, and convening the chapter, the Deanery Chapter, which is what we're called, for meetings, which we meet monthly generally, and we also have less formal meetings as well in between those monthly meetings, and really being a sort of a friend to clergy and lay leaders in the parishes. Now, rural deans also have a significant role to play if a mission community is in vacancy, if they're short of a rector or a vicar. So along with the church wardens of the particular churches, they help selecting of a new priest or vicar. So our Dean Mark is having quite a lot to do with our parishes at the moment, as we begin to think about advertising for a new rector. And also Mark, one of the other things Mark does is he supports and advises me in my training, particularly now, given that I don't have a training incumbent. We don't have a rector in our mission community. It's just me, so I'm the sole paid priestly presence at the moment. And so Mark helps oversee me. So next month, continuing on with this sort of theme, we will look at the role of Archdeacon, which is another role within the Church of England, and our Archdeacon is Reverend Andrew, and he oversees our particular deanery. I hope that makes sense. I hope you've enjoyed it. So if you've got any questions, please post them in the comments box. As I say, I'm happy to answer them. And Michael was asked a question, and that's why we're talking about what we're talking about now. So it's been great fun chatting with you. I really enjoy our Wondering Wednesdays. Actually, sometimes I learn some stuff myself. So until we meet again, my friends, may God hold you in the palm of his hands. God bless you all.